What do you think of all these Christmas decorations that we've put up then, Wendy?
Oh, we're looking very festively. Did it take you all yesterday to get them up?
Oh, it took ages.
Did it?
I got them all up, look, all the way down the shop. What's your favourite in here, Wendy?
Oh, well, I always think these guppies are really fantastic. And the really good thing about it, you get a little light with it.
Listen, what we're going to do the video about then, because I'm not going out there because it's too cold.
Too cold to be looking at cold water fish in the ponds, and we've got no koi outside. But what we need to be looking at now is, what does a koi keeper do in these cold winter months when he hasn't got his fish to look at?
Fish tank, Wendy.
Simple. Just get yourself a nice fish tank.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
We've
got some nice fish tanks here.
We've got a really good display, haven't we? And we've got some nice little ones if anybody wants them for the children over Christmas.
It's better than anything that's on the telly.
Stress reliever.
Stress.
Gets rid of your bad mental health.
And anxiety.
I definitely need one.
I don't think it works for me, but it's definitely good for some people.
Yeah. And again, with children, good learning, exercise, educational, learning about water, learning about fish.
Yep.
Just a great pet to have, really. Great first pet.
It is. Landscaping of a tank. It's a bit creative, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can decorate
popular
it.
now. We've got some great tropical plants. We've got some fantastic ornaments. You know, sky's the limit to your creative side. And everybody is enjoying doing creative things now in the house. And another thing to remember are these people working from home, if they're getting stressed out with a job at home, and have a small fish tank on your desk. Again, a great gift for somebody if you're struggling to think of anything.
That's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Working from home. And people are there to look after them. They don't take a lot of looking after, do they?
No,
fish?
that's the beauty of fish. Once you've got the setup, I think getting a really decent setup with a good filter, then it's not going to be a problem to you. But you need to get the right tank, a good tank with a good filter, and a good quality heater if you're going to go tropical.
I really like these Juwel tanks, you know,
fantastic.
because they've got a brilliant filtration system that's built into the back, and it's really well hidden. Here it is. Let's open it up and have a look.
The build quality is good, isn't it, on their tanks?
It is excellent build quality, but it's simple.
Yeah,
it doesn't
stylish. Yeah.
Nice, clean looking, very, very easy to maintain.
And they've kept up with the modern colours. They've got this nice granity grey colour.
And they
hide a white one. Yeah.
The filtration and the heater and the pump all in a little compartment in the back of the tank.
No, I like the Juwel aquariums. They're very simple, elegant, and then they just do the job. Yeah, good equipment, made in Germany, good build quality.
I'll tell you one thing about them Juwel fish tanks as well. If you ever get something go wrong in the future, they can always be retrofitted with the new bit.
The consumables are easy to get hold of, and yeah, they've got a good backup service for the filters, and all the consumables are readily available.
They've recently changed to using LED lights, which is obviously a very good thing. Keep up with the latest
technology, yeah. Yeah, I never hear anybody complaining about them. They're always really pleased with them, aren't they, when we sold them?
I think one thing to remember when you get a fish tank though is, I know the little fish tanks are great for kids, but just go a little bit bigger, because they can do so much more in a medium-sized fish tank. And
depends what your house is though. You've got to put it in the house for where you've got the room, you've got the space.
These are new, aren't they?
They are, yeah, bi-art bowls.
So these aren't really for fish.
They're not for fish, but it's about the plants, the tropical plants.
So these are real plants. You buy them as a starter kit. You buy the plants separately.
Again, a nice thing just to put on your office desk.
Or in your kitchen window, they look nice.
Beautiful. I like them, I do. I might get myself one. Yeah, and here's all the different decors, loads of rocks, loads of this honeycomb wood. These are popular, these mangroves, spider wood. It's only your imagination that holds you back, because you can do whatever you want, whatever theme you'd like. Yeah, sky's the limit.
Right, let's have a look at some fish. Now, I like tropical fish, If you want to have some fish that are a little bit more exciting than just your everyday, what you would call community fish, then I recommend these. These are African cichlids. They are wonderfully active and colourful fish. A little bit on the sort of like boisterous, can be slightly aggressive, so they do have to be kept just with other African cichlids. But look at the colours on these.
Look at this one, Lee. Look at this one. They're nearly as good as marine fish, aren't they?
Often confused for marine fish, actually.
Yeah, you'd think that they come from the ocean, wouldn't you? But look at and they're colouring up all the time.
But very easy fish to keep.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry too much about the water chemistry. You generally have quite a lot of stock in your tank, because what that does is it discourages a lot of the aggression. And if you do get one that's particularly aggressive, then he has lots of other fish that he can share that aggression with.
Lots of hiding areas. They need a lot of hiding areas as well.
Territories. Make a tank with lots of different territories, and then the fish won't be quite so aggressive. Very impressive. Now these have only just arrived in again, these Discus down here. So these ones are still settling in.
Yeah, we get some stunning Discus, don't we?
They've been here 3 days actually, so they're not on sale yet.
No, they're still settling in, but some of the colours already. Look at the blues coming out.
Yeah. Now Discus, I did make a video about these once before. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. But Discus actually prefer slightly soft, slightly acidic water, and they will actually thrive in those conditions. Now if you know what RO water is, and you're prepared to just put a little bit extra time into them, then they can be very, very impressive.
We'll have to video them again next week, because they are still a little bit timid. They're still settling in. They're not at the best at the moment, but they always come in a little bit timid, don't they? A little bit stressed. But once we've got that nice beef heart inside them,
why don't we give them a bit now? I bet they'll take it, you know.
Let's see if they're feeding.
They'll be feeding.
They've had to come all the way from Vietnam.
This is a special fish food that we get for Discus. It's called beef heart.
Try a little bit. They're coming up. Here they come. Oh, that's good, isn't it? They've only been here such a short time, and they're...
About 3 days. Just need to understand about pH a little bit more, and best thing to do is pop down and have a look.
Yeah, again, need a good sized tank for the Discus, because they're probably going to near enough double in size from those ones we've got here now. So, but again, it's generally a species only tank, although there is a few other fish you can keep with them, but it's about keeping the Discus. But those ones there will get bigger, so you do need a good sized tank, again, decent good sized filter and a heater.
Always remember to go bigger.
Bigger is better.
What about your koi keepers? Could they keep koi in a fish tank?
Some people do, don't they, over the winter, and then they put them in the ponds.
A lot of people put koi into fish tanks and grow them on over winter time.
These are dead happy in here, aren't they? They're loving life.
They're really active, aren't they?
Yeah.
Certainly, if you are going to put fish like koi in a tank, then it's only fair to the fish to really go a decent size on your fish
We've
tank.
obviously got big filters on these tanks, so not many people would have the same filters that we've got, so we wouldn't recommend having that amount of koi in a fish tank under normal circumstances. But you've got to appreciate we've got big filters behind that wall that service in the tanks. But some people do keep them in tanks and then grow them on and then put them out in the springtime.
The advantage of cold water fish is that you don't have to run any kind of heater on the tank.
Yeah.
And that means the running cost will be kept to an absolute minimum.
Yeah. You can get some great cold water fancies, all different colours. They come different. You've got your shabunkins, you've got your arandas, you've got your pandas, you've got the what they call bubble eyes.
Bubble eyes.
Calicos. We're always trying to get a good selection in, and I think we've got a good selection at the moment. They've got the round-bellied ones.
think
Got
we've
them
got a
little
brilliant selection.
pearl scale ones.
What about those fish that you'd call temperate fish? We've not mentioned those. We should definitely mention them.
Yeah, well, these are all temperate in this bay.
Temperate fish are what you might call them crossover fish. They're not really cold water fish, so you can't have them outside in a pond or anything like that. But they're certainly okay in most houses without needing a heater. They'll tolerate temperatures down to sort of 15, 16 degrees. If you're comfortable in your living room, you're going to have no problem keeping these fish. Again, there is fish that are called community. They would be referred to in some places as tropical fish. But the most classic ones are fish like white cloud mountain minnows, get a lot of danios.
Danios are easy to keep and they can be very colourful. They're a popular choice. I'd recommend those.
Yeah, definitely.
And then white clouds, they're easy to keep.
These are pearl danios in here, similar in size to a zebra danio.
Yeah, the zebra danios are nice. They're always nice and colourful.
You've got some algae eaters in there. The algae eaters are always a good choice because they'll go over the side of your tank and they'll help to keep the algae
Again,
down.
in a small tank, and you just want a few plants and a couple of danios and maybe a couple of the white clouds, you can make a fantastic display with the decor and the planting, get into the planting a little bit. It's just about making a really nice environment for them to live in.
Yes.
And that's something attractive in your home.
These are good when you have a small tank, Wendy. Shrimps.
Oh, really popular at the moment, Lee. The cherry shrimps.
Yeah.
We've got those orange shrimps, the pumpkin shrimps. Oh, people really...
They do well in planted tanks as well. And the tank doesn't have to be big. You can buy a really small tank and put some of these shrimps in, and it's really interesting.
If you look at that fluval tank that we've got in the main shop, that's been planted and it's got some shrimp in it. That is a fantastic small tank. Absolute brilliant. It's got a great filter with it, but it's just a small tank. Again, suitable for children if they want to get started or in a kitchen. I really like it. The beauty of it is it's got a really decent sized filter at the back, and so it's all concealed, so you're not looking at a filter in the tank, so it's all put in the way at the back, but it's a real good size for a small tank. We've set this one up with some tropical plants that we've planted, so they're all growing. They've all been planted into the substrate, and we've got some shrimps in here. We've got the pumpkin shrimps,
white cloud minnows,
cherry shrimps. We put a few temperate fish in. There's not loads of fish in, and I'm not saying that it's a tank you can keep hundreds of fish in, but what you can do is make a really effective display. You can
and
keep
it's no trouble at all.
No, great. It's got a little LED light that you can put onto a night mode and a day mode. I think it's a fantastic little tank, and it's inexpensive, £67.50, and it's everything's included. And it's a glass tank. It's not perspex.
Yeah, it makes a difference having a glass tank. They don't get scratched so easily.
No, you can keep them clean. You can give them a good clean without scratching it.
These are really popular at the moment as well, aren't they? These are axolotls.
The axolotls seem to be. People love them,
they're certainly
don't they?
unusual, aren't they? Yeah. Axolotls. They're almost a cross between a reptile and a fish.
Like a salamander, aren't they? Some sort of salamander.
These ones are almost fully grown now. And again, these are really simple to keep because they don't need a heater. Very, very minimal requirements in terms of
again, I think people might think they need more than they do. They just need an aquarium filter, no heater. Quite a decent sized tank because obviously they're going to grow. But like you say, these are not far off being fully grown now.
Yeah, and extremely popular with children at the moment because of a game called Minecraft, where a character on that game is now an axolotl, apparently. A little bit of trivia for you.
I didn't know that. That's obviously why they're popular.
Oh yeah, that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah. They're very interesting though, aren't they? And very strange.
Now some people ask if you can keep turtles in with fish, and I personally wouldn't recommend it.
No.
We do sell turtles here. These are musk turtles. But the problem with keeping turtles with fish is that the turtles are predatory, and as they get bigger they might decide to eat some of the smaller fish. So So obviously got to be a little bit aware of that.
Yeah, there's some little musk turtles in here.
There's actually quite a few of them in there.
Again, popular choice for children. They seem to really appreciate keeping turtles. They get interested.
Not just kids as well though, adults as well find them
They
interesting.
seem a popular choice.
As I said though, I wouldn't recommend necessarily incorporating them with fish. Although, you know, if you search around on YouTube, yes, there are plenty of people doing that, but
we won't recommend it, no.
No, not really.
Back in, to put on the back of your tank, on the outside of your tank, what it does, it gets rid of that. What does it get rid of?
Unfortunately, Wendy's had to take off home, so she's left it to me to say, have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year from Lee at the Japanese Water Gardens.